Good afternoon YouTube, it's Pete here with another Ryobi video. The Ryobi battery has been the same shape for 20 years now, over 20 years. And in that time they've had a plethora of chargers available to the end user. And more than most brands combined, I think. Anyway, so their Ryobi battery is the stick type, and it has to go in every charger and every tool in the OnePlus range. I haven't got any complaints about these batteries. They serve their purpose. NiCad's obviously obsolete. The only problem I find is they crack after severe use. Anyway, so NiCad soon went out the window and they brought in the lithium range, which means loads of different charging opportunities arose. So they started off with the NiCad charger and the NiCad in-car charger. This one was modified to a Ryobi power takeoff with 4 USBs, some jacks, socket and a screen. So yeah, both of these are defunct, both of these have been modified. This one's just got a 12 volt converter for my soldering iron. Next in the lineup was their wider dual chemistry type. Standard charger, does both NiCads and lithium. No problems. This is my day-to-day charger. I use this still at an off-grid point on my system to top up and charge any batteries that I flatten during the day. I'm trying to kill it off so I can build another one of these. So these used to be sold in kits, then they moved on to their next model. However, they did bring out a in-car charger, which is dual chemistry, which is this one here, of which I had to import from America, costing me £80 in the end, with all taxes and charges. This is a beast. This is still running, and recently they've started selling this in the UK at both Homebase and Bunnings. Now, this was the model that they brought out to replace the first dual chemistry charger, and it was a little bit of a failure for Ryobi because the first year or so it was out, no problems whatsoever, but then they must have bought some cheap components or bad components, and safe to say I've killed 3 of these in as many years. I think they had some sort of amnesty at B&Q where you could trade it in without a receipt if you popped it. However, only the ones that I bought myself have I kept, and the ones that I popped through the company got exchanged. Next one to come out was this little thing here, and this is tiny. This is sold with kits with batteries where the tool that was supplied with actually didn't draw much load, so you didn't really need a fast charger, get away with a slow charger. No problems. So things like streamers and things, we use them for 10 minutes, put the battery in charge and leave it to the next week sort of thing. This, we've had a part before. I tried in the infancy of my YouTube channel to see if I could get this to run off a solar panel, and failed. So that might be a subject for another video, or I might just bung a USB port on it. This came into my sights last year, yeah, at the beginning of tax year, and I just had to have it. 50 quid, all in for a super fast charger. I would admit my first impressions of this device were not great, as it did not charge the batteries within the specified time. However, I've come to like it, so to speak, and I will be pitting it up against its newest rival in further tests in a later video. This is its new rival. States it will charge a 5 amp hour battery in 2.5 hours, and obviously smaller batteries in a quicker time. Look at the size of this compared to this one. It's tiny. So if you put it in size order, super fast charger, and I'm not complaining about the size whatsoever. I don't mind. I prefer Ryobi to make bigger chargers so that I can put more stuff on it when they die. However, that's not the case. But it's tiny. If we put a 4 amp hour battery in it, and I'll just grab one, you can see that it's of the footprint of the battery itself. Nice that they provided the things on the back that they have with all the other chargers except for this one and that one. so that you can actually mount them on your wall, your garage, your van, your car, whatever. But everyone has these, and I'm quite excited. It's not the only reason I'm excited, because this has the same sort of plug as this. However, this one carries more weight. 60 watt, 18 volt 2 amp output. So I'm hoping that's just a transformer, but we'll come to that in a later video once again, because I've lost my security spanner for getting into the bottom of these things. So if that's just a transformer, we might be able to make this into an off-grid version like this. Well, it's not just Ryobi that's making Ryobi products anymore. They've become quite widespread in various countries. I have no words for this. Basically, off-brands are now making devices for Ryobi. This is a mains charger. Has the kettle lead, figure of 8 lead. I haven't had this in my mitts for long enough to see if this is actually any good for the batteries, bad for the batteries, or actually going to spontaneously combust one day. So we'll see in the future. This was an unbranded one. However, it does look very much like the Ryobi. So you could be mistaken if you were not that smart of a consumer. This one is also another off-brand by eFluky, EFLUKY. Takes 28 to 36 volts. Brilliant stuff, which I stuck a boost converter on, stepping up 12, or in this case now 24 volts, to 30. Not to overstress this, because this one almost killed me. Not only that, it has a 12 volt board inside, just a cheap Chinese board inside, which will produce 1 amp, which you can take off on a 5.5 by 2.1 jack. Brilliant stuff. However, this device is missing the little pin there, which I think detects the temperature of the cells, therefore could not turn the battery off if there was a fault. So all in all, there's 9 chargers here. I have 3 more of these which are dead, not including this one here, which I've converted to a light, which is quite handy. So if I pop that in there like that, I have a 20 watt floodlight on a charger, and it works well. I mean, the light's a tenner, a few bits and bobs, and it saves having to spend 60 quid on another 20 watt Ryobi floodlight, however good it is. So yeah, I think I've got quite a collection. I am the Ryobi nut. I am definitely collecting all of their tools. The only 2 that I have not mentioned in this is the 2 sequential chargers, which takes 6 batteries, 3 on each side. The first type was dual chemistry sequential flat, and the new one takes 3 down each side at an angle. I don't fancy spending £100 a time on 2 chargers that don't charge more than 1 battery at once. I would actually much rather spend, however bad it is, £105 and get 3 of these, and hopefully, if it proves me right, these are 40, spend £80 and get 2 of them. Charge 2 batteries at once rather than 1 at a time. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comment and rate. If you've got any questions about the Ryobi gear I have or haven't got, drop them in the comments. If you've got any dead stuff, dead Ryobi tools, batteries, chargers, you name it, and you're in the UK, I'm quite happy to pay the postage if you send it to me for free, please. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.